Bet you hate that front seat already. Come here. Turn your backs. Now I want you to look at something. Come here, William. You say he's a little fella. Turn it that way. You go on the other side. Now go over there. There's different heights here. There's different spirits here. There's different anointings here.
Right.
Does that make either man greater than the other?
No.
He's watching. He's watching. He's watching and he's watching. There's not one area that isn't being watched. And the thing about it is, he's watching at this level. He's watching at this. He's watching at this level, and he's watching at that level. And so there's 4 different levels that are being watched. So you know what it is? My God, there's unity. I've got your back. I'm right here. And then the greatest of all that is there's a God that sits high above all that. And He says that there ain't nothing that gets by me. Behold, the eyes of the Lord go to and fro in man, beholding the good and the evil. You think not that when He sees the evil that He turns? Oh no! Somebody blows the trumpet and said the enemy's coming. Get ready! Get ready! Oh God! They're standing there. I don't care which direction they turn. They're still together. They can walk across the floor if they're real good. Take work. Take some work. It'll take work to say we're in the unity, to move from here over here and not come untwined. We are not bound together in unity by some physical cord, some rope, some man-made obstacle to keep you together. Right? First of all, it's what's in you. Yes. It's the Spirit of God that says we're here. You know what I'm telling you? I don't care how you look at a battle. A battle is always better if you're with somebody.
Yes. That's the truth.
If you're together.
Yes.
If you're a husband and a wife and you're struggling and everybody's doing what they're supposed to be doing and they're struggling to meet the need. Oh, how much greater that battle is when you got somebody you can talk to physically.
Come on.
Amen. God understands. God sees and knows it all. He's got it all. It's all in His hands. But there's something that carnality looks for. It's the method of somebody being together with me, and it makes it not as bad. Look at somebody and tell them, if we together, it ain't near as bad. Well, these 2 of us can fight. Both of us can sling. And we're not going to be as one that just beateth against the air. We're going to be as one that every move that we make is going to count. Do you imagine Nehemiah and them not being in unity and they get up on the wall? Studies say, I don't know it to be a fact, it's just what you hear in studies. One study says that the wall was 10 foot thick, 12 foot high. Could you imagine this? A 12-foot wall, 12 foot high, 10 foot thick. Can you imagine this? And one study talks about being 2 miles, I guess, round. But could you imagine? You know what blows my mind more than anything? Is when I think about what the studies say. at 10 foot thick, 12 foot high, and do it in 52 days. And build that wall. Somebody, wasn't just work, brother. Somebody got in unity. We can work and not get anything accomplished. God, oh God, I feel it. We can work and beat our brains against each other.
Yes.
That's right.
We can work. You ever got a group of guys together to do a job? You know what kind of spirit you're dealing with? Everybody's the man. Everybody's got this monstrous head, and ain't nobody gonna be an Indian.
Amen.
Everybody's the chief. I know the measurements, bless God. I know how to run the tools. I already see how this thing should be. Unity is somebody submits their authority to somebody else's authority. And they get in with unity and they build. Could you imagine building a wall 10 foot thick and 12 foot high? Now, I don't know this to be a fact. This is just what studies say. But even with that, I get to thinking about putting a 12 by 12 door block together. And think about the chore of that. Couldn't imagine building a wall 10 foot thick or 12 foot high. Couldn't imagine. And I thought, man, the unity that Nehemiah and them had, a sword in one hand, a tool in the other hand, and everybody's got everybody's back, and not one of them went without food. Nobody went without eating. And the thing about it was, they did not have in their midst a mixed multitude. They had some that wondered before they got started, until Nehemiah broke it down to them and said, this is what God said do, and this will work. And then the only time that there was a division or a diversion was those of the enemy that came to spectate and said, if a fox run up on the wall, it'll fall because you're building something out of nothing. And that's what God likes to work with. He likes to take the nothing in your life, the nothing in me, and build something out of it. My God, you ought to give Jesus some praise. That's what He wants to do. And so we're not bound together by carnality, but by spirituality. This is what pulls us together. And this is what makes us great. This is what makes us. This is what holds us. This is what keeps us where we are. It's what causes us to rise. Now the children of Israel heard the noise in one man. Nehemiah and them heard the noise in another man. One noise was of the horses and the chariots without a voice. Sounded like thunder. So if it sounded like thunder, it sounded like destruction was at hand. You ever heard thunder that just scared you to death? I mean, sitting somewhere and all of a sudden the thunder went to boom and it shook the whole house and the windows shook and you thought, Lord, I don't know if this is a good place to be or not. Don't you think that's what went through the children of Israel's mind when the horses sounded like thunder and the chariots sounded like thunder, and maybe they looked at Moses and said, this ain't a good place to be. But that was the place to be. Because